over the weekend had a 3-run home run in Penn State's matchup with UNC Greensboro. And a whole lot of power off the bat of Black, and Penn State strikes first. Swedberg, the senior out of Illinois, looking to keep this game going for the Nittany Lions. And Jayla Wright wraps things up with a bow on top. It is a strikeout, her 8th of the night. And she crushes this to right center. Over the Dogs. Deja Davis is back.
Whether you thought it or not, you are.
And the freshman coming up clutch, an RBI single for Anna Gold. Elite in year 1 of college softball. Pokes this into left center, and a full extension snag for Mateus. Crabtree skies this the other direction, and she gives Duke its first lead of the evening.
That's a Blue Devil home run.
Power Conference bragging rights are on the line tonight in Durham, North Carolina, as the 9th-ranked Duke Blue Devils, the reigning ACC tournament champions, hosted upstart Penn State Nittany Lions squad out of the Big Ten. This is ACC softball on ACC Network Extra. Hi, everybody. John Gross alongside former UC Santa Barbara pitcher Lena Mayer. Lena, it should be a fun matchup today. We'll start with the home side. Duke all season long has been one of the best offensive teams, and that was no different this past weekend.
Right, their offensive prowess was on display all weekend long, getting it done a number of ways, just textbook execution, not to mention 7 home runs over the 3 games all across the outfield.
Another tremendous offensive weekend for Duke. They put up those 7 home runs, 22 runs in all, but it wasn't just the offense. They got the job done pitching as well.
Right, we see on the screen there the ERA against this pitching staff for the Blue Devils, 1.84. So important to keep those opponent offenses at bay, regardless of the amount of run production.
So Duke coming off of a series sweep. Looking at Penn State, they're 9-9 this season, already having surpassed last year's win total. And they're led offensively by Allie Kurland, who enters today in a 5-game hitting streak.
Allie Kurland, the senior, top 10 in the Big Ten for home runs, doubles, and slugging percentage so far this year, looking to keep that leadership going for her team today.
Humans and canines are taking in some Power 5 softball here in Durham. Look at that cutie. It's a Bark in the Park game here at Duke Softball Stadium. Penn State leads the Blue Devils 2-1 as we enter the bottom of the second. And we'll see if Duke's hot hitting offense can keep things rolling after planting a run back in the first. 7-8-9 due up. Claire Davidson, a 2-way player, leads off.
Bailey Partial got knocked around just a tad toward the end of that first inning. She was super efficient and effective in the first 2 batters. Less than 5 pitches between the 2 of those first at-bats. But as the inning waned on, those at-bats started to get up in the pitch count.
And gets Davidson swinging and missing on the rise ball. Claire Davidson hitting .421 on the season. She's a legitimate 2-way player, much improved at the plate from last year to this year. How difficult is that to divide up your practice time between pitching and hitting?
I think it's incredibly difficult. There's only so much time that you can spend at practice, particularly at a school like Duke, when you do need to be dedicated to your studies as well. So making sure you're dedicating the appropriate amount of time both to your bullpen practice as well as batting practice, it's quite impressive that she's been able to do both.
Partial picks up her first strikeout. Now, we knew coming into this, according to Clarissa Crowell, she likes to work east-west and up.
That's exactly right. It's going to be a lot of what we call underspin. You see her fingers dropping down under the bottom half of the ball to really create that backward spiral, which is what allows that ball to break up over the hands.
So Kyla Morris steps to the plate for her first at-bat. 270, going to be a .410 hitter of the season. As the first pitch is put away by Leone.
And a great job there by Partial, giving her something to put into play, but kind of forcing her to make hard contact now with a slapper. with a slapper. They're quick. She's going to get down the line fast, so you honestly want to give her something to hit hard so that your defense has some time to deliver a good throw, which is exactly what Parshall just did.
Deja Davis, first All-American in Duke program history, getting the start at designated player. They're still working her back into the lineup. She played all of last season on a bum knee and was still an All-American.
Very impressive.
Another one of those California players. Last year, Davis led Duke batting average, hits, triples, slugging percentage. And she crushes this to right center. Over the Dogs. Deja Davis is back.
And that's exactly what this Blue Devil offense is going to need to do. She kept that top hand really driving through the center of the ball, overpowering any of that tight spin that Parshall was able to throw her way. So regardless of the status of her knee, she didn't need to run super fast. She trotted along all the way around and tied this ball game up.
First home run of the season, just the third hit, and an absolute bomb.
And it's pretty impressive, just the shift in velocity in to out, a reflection of the strength that Deja Davis has and the power behind that swing.
So we get back to the top of the order. Anna Gold. Going to follow that act up from Deja Davis. Gold is 0 for 1, a fly out to left.
Going to be important for Anna Gold here to see a few pitches. In her first at bat, it was very short, just one and done. So going to be a good opportunity for her to kind of get and identify some of the spin that Parshall's delivering, where the locations are, and what angle she's trying to work.
It's now back-to-back innings that Parshall's allowed runs to come across with 2 outs. Quickly behind 3-0. How difficult can that be for a pitcher? You get the first 2 outs and then the offense just picks things up.
It is probably one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Disappointing situations. You work really hard for the first 2 and then something happens and it falls apart. But it's also a testament to the offense and not allowing two outs to be a downer.
Coombs is there to end the inning. Duke leveling things. A solo blast by Deja Davis. A welcome sign for the Blue Devils as we head to the top of the 3rd. Level at 2.